So once you get the game board completely set up, the very next thing you're going to want to do is get the players set up. And you do that by doing a couple things. First off, each player will take a player mat for themselves, and each player mat does have two sides to them. So if you're fond of a specific color, or maybe you like one of the backgrounds, you can pick based on that, and that's fine. They all play exactly the same. So whatever you use, whichever one you pick, that doesn't really matter. Now the big thing that does matter is picking your character card. So what you could do is, if you select the character you'd like to play as, maybe you have an affinity for characters that are high in strength, so maybe you'd want to play as something like the human warrior or the paladin, or maybe the dwarven smithy. If you like characters that are more magic based, you might pick something like the cleric or the wizard or the shaman. And maybe you'd like to play something that uses a little more resourcefulness, so how about like the thief or the archer. And then also included in this particular set is Lieutenant Kahu, which is only going to be available for the first edition of the Kickstarter version. And she is basically a were creature that can flip and do all kinds of cool stuff. So regardless, whichever character you pick, whichever one you'd like to play as, I'm going to pick the cleric, and I'm going to place it on my player mat. So you put the player card on the player mat, and you're going to take two other things. First off, you're going to take the character token that matches the player card. So I've got Catalia Mar right here. And then you're going to take a blue shield token. Make sure that it's faced up with the no blue shield sign. You'll want to put that on your player mat as well. And then once everybody has picked their characters out, what you're going to want to do is have each player roll 2 dice. And whoever rolls the highest gets to go first. Now, starting with the first player and then going clockwise from there, each player will draw 2 item cards for their inventory. So, for instance, I can put this down here, and those would be my starting cards for my inventory. And then once everybody has drawn their 2 cards, then you'll come over here and flip up the 4 active quest cards so that they're face up, and then the game starts.